on a little bit of a respite before these two teams. I'll tell you what, folks, we're just happy as heck that you joined us tonight. And if you don't like this, Pele didn't play soccer.
He didn't play indoor soccer.
No, he did.
Where?
He's played everything. We get a chance to relive that tying goal by Steve Jungle.
It's an incredible goal. The ball's going to come across the goal. Steve Jungle just hits it with the outside of his right. Ricky Davis on the ball here. He knocks it to his left to Preki. Preki, great vision, knocks the ball square. First time shot by Steve Jungle outside of the right. He just hit a frozen rope, played a tune with the twines, and we've got overtime.
Using all of my cliches. I'll tell you what, you know how tough it is just to kick a soccer ball? For me, it's almost virtually impossible. That man kicks it with the outside, the inside, the toe, I mean, he can do anything that he wants with that soccer ball. Sure, he's 32 years of age. He is the captain of the Tacoma Stars, and Victor Moreland is the captain of the Dallas Sidekicks. They will now get their instructions from the two referees, Marty Templin and Herb Silva. In fact, they'll flip a coin to get the sides of the field that they will defend. My goodness, they're using quarters in the MISL these days.
That's right. In the NFL, they use dollars. In the MISL, they use quarters.
Does that tell us anything?
It tells us the relation between the pay of the NFL and the MISL.
We got a ways to go. This is the 9th year of the MISL championships. There have been 3 champions. The first 4 years, it was dominated by the New York Express. There is no New York Express team, as Tacoma has yet to be in a playoff and get a record here in overtime. Dallas is 1-1 in overtimes in the playoffs.
You know, I point to the Dallas crowd. They're starting to sing that na 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 hey bye song, and there's plenty. It's kind of early to be doing that, especially when you have the Lord of all indoors.
Well, and of course, San Diego became the modern-day darling of the MISL. They have won 3 MISL championships. Baltimore won 1 year, and this year, of course, there will be a new champion. I don't know if prayers are what is needed at this stage, but I'm sure a lot of them are being said by 20 athletes on both sides of the floor. And, of course, Tacoma traveled with their entire staff of 21 players, including Mike Getchell. So they're all here. In fact, there's a handful of them in the stands, and I would imagine a few prayers are being said by those players right now.
They sure are, and I tell you what, there's so much tension and pressure in a game like this. We're playing here for the national championship. Hopefully the Stars can go down and knock one in the back of the net and bring it back to Tacoma.
Okay. We're getting ready for the kickoff of overtime, and we're underway. The Stars going from left to right. That puts Dowler on your left. On the right, Chris Sobieski. The first ball to go into the back of the net, and this game is over. If it's a Stars goal, the championship has been decided. If it's a Dallas goal, we're going to Game 7 Saturday night in the Tacoma Dome. Get your tickets now. Look out. Here's Willie Milano. Turns, shoots, blocked by Ralph Black and kicked away by Neil Megson.
You'll never see a bigger block by Ralphie Black there. He held his ground. Brilliant block on Willie Milano.
Dallas with the ball. Tacoma yet to get possession. Here's Tattoo. Tattoo sends one in. Look out, Doc Lawson with a shot blocked by Billy Crook. Rick Davis finds a rebound in front of Victor Moreland. Davis with the ball, looking to clear it away from Moreland. Clears it out into center for Preki. Slidden away from Preki, however, by Powers. But Rick Davis finds Preki. Preki at the Dallas line, dumps it around Moreland, and Moreland picks up the loose ball. Into the goalkeeper, Sobieski, and right to Victor. Here comes Victor with a little space on a dribble drive through center. Jerry Gray reads the pass to Milano. Can't intercept, it goes to Victor. Neil Megson clears it away. Calm, cool Neil Megson. Only 23 years of age, and he's playing like a veteran back there. Now Milano out on the flank on the left. Equal distance to the top of the box extended. Loose ball for Tattoo. Bill Crook sees it. Here's a shot by Wes McLeod. And finally, Tacoma will get a possession on a goal kick.
Very difficult situation for both teams. There's a lot of tension. A lot of times you tend to slash at shots that you would normally just go through and hit. A lot of pressure. I tell you what, I think the Stars have a bit of advantage, though, because they have the Fab Four, and Dallas is depending on Tattoo.
38 shots by Dallas, 32 by Tacoma. We're in overtime, a 4-4 tie.
Well, you mentioned it, Dick. Tacoma's yet to go into an overtime in the playoffs, but during the regular season, they set an MISL record as they went 9-2 in overtime games, so they know what it's like to be in these extra periods.
Well, I'll tell you, it's got to be nervous time for the folks here in Dallas. An overflowing sellout crowd of 16,000 plus as the Stars get a possession. They look for Godfrey Ingram, ball loose in center for Carpin. So Tacoma unable to get a quality possession. Wes McLeod has it. Tacoma here in overtime with no quality possession so far. Dallas with their second major possession. They go down the right side. Eddie Redwanski there. Picked up by Joey Waters. Will this goal that wins it for either team be a magic goal, or will it be a goal of mistakes? Ball loose. Joe Waters will find it. He'll clear it out into center. But there is Wes McLeod to take a shot, and it's kicked away by Joe Waters. The guy had cleared it. Back off into center for Jerry Gray. Jerry Gray trying to chest it down, and is called for a foul.
You know, you were talking about, will the winner be a magic goal or a normal goal? I guarantee you this, Dick, the team that scores it won't care what kind of a goal it is.
Dallas with a restart after the foul by Jerry Gray. One foul now on the Tacoma Stars here in overtime. It's McLeod working in center. He's flanked by Smith and by Doc Lawson. They go to Eddie Redwanski. Seco is on now with Billy Crook, Joe Waters, Blassingame, and Tuksha. Stars going with their rotating full squad usage. Here's Carpin running over the top of Val Tuksha, and they'll call a foul on the play. But in all honesty, there really wasn't a foul there.
Right. All Carpin was doing was really trying to dumping the ball down into the corner. And as the ball got down into the corner, Val Tuksha stood his ground. Carpin ran over his leg, but a foul was called.
Kevin Smith to the restart for McLeod. McLeod slashing it against the glass. Headed out by Bill Crook and by Blassingame, and Seco chases after it. Kevin Smith, however, will dump it all the way down to his goalkeeper. And there is even kind of an air of silence here. Anticipation or whatever as Val Tuksha intercepts. He's got no one supporting him. Now Jungle comes on. Jungle with the ball at the red line. Trips over it. Tapped away from him by Carpin. So Steve doesn't get a possession. 12:05 to go in the first home period. Ingram going for a steal. Can't get it away from Powers, and he dumps it in center to Doc Lawson. The Stars with more experience in playoffs as Joe Waters sends one back to Mike Dowler, and Mike grabs it and just jams it into his chest. Out to Seco, and he goes to Gary Heel. Heel to Tuksha. Open on right wing. Here's Tuksha now. He's marked up by Tattoo. Hammered by Tattoo, and a foul is called on Tattoo, so Dallas has a foul here in the period.
The last thing either team wants to do is create 6 fouls and give the other team a 2-minute advantage to try to win this.
Gary Heel with a head-manning pass from Neil Megson. Heel with Lawson on him. Heel looking for somebody. Heel pokes it off to Seco. Here's Seco rolling around the left side. Seco taking it down in the corner. Seco's a strong lad. Gets dumped on the play by Lawson, and a foul called on Lawson. That'll give Tacoma a restart now down in the corner.
This is very dangerous in this situation. The Stars scored many a goal this year. You see the foul here on Doc Lawson, but the Stars are very dangerous, and Godfrey Ingram's going to take the kick.
Ingram from the spot by Herb Silva. Ingram, the far board side, out in front to Seco. He's going to tee it up and shoot, and he's upstairs with it. So it goes upstairs off the right foot of Seco, and both teams will change their line.
Well, Seco was the player that Tacoma wanted to get the ball to. Unfortunately, he was just a little bit too far out when he started his run. Wasn't really able to get that walking in run and blast into the net.
Both teams have 2 fouls here in overtime. This is sudden death in the MISL. Whoever scores, the game is over. This is the 6th game of the best of 7 for the MISL Cup Championship. The Stars have one thing in their favor. They have an edge in games 3-2. So if they were to be beaten here tonight by Dallas, a 7th game would be played in Tacoma on Saturday night.
You know, this is just a wonderful game of indoor soccer. It's been end-to-end action. You couldn't ask for any more. Both teams have just done a cracker job.
What about the fatigue factor right now as Gary Heel has the ball? Here's Heel rolling it away from Uremovich, and leave it for Preki. Has the ball against Wes McLeod. Preki has the ball tapped away from him by Tattoo, but Preki chases after it. Tries to keep it alive for Gary Heel. Now the ball down in the corner. It's nipped away from those 2 guys, and here comes Tattoo. Megson has him, though, on the far board side. Look out, here comes Dowler. There's the shot. Ralph Black behind Dowler to kick it off the line. What a hustle play by Ralph Black as Mike Dowler went out and challenged the attacker.
The heart and soul of the Tacoma Stars, Ralph Black, just saved the Stars bacon there. He made a great play.
Loose ball for Tattoo. Tattoo can't get it because Billy Crook destroys that. Uremovich will get floor shape as he dribbles back into center and goes off. Now to Tattoo. He'll try to turn and shoot. Look out, he does. Ball to Carpin. Loose ball, and it's nipped away by Neil Megson. McLeod with the ball. He's tackled off of it. Preki has the ball. He's collapsed on. Now Preki will break away. Preki will go with Victor Moreland down in the corner. Moreland wins that battle. The ball takes a bad hop away from Sobieski, but nobody following up on the right wing side.
Good read by All-Star Victor Moreland, stopping Preki there.
Again, Tattoo with the ball. They go to Tattoo. Anytime they can, they go to Tattoo. Stars unable to collect one now and get something built up. Doc Lawson has the ball, allowing Victor Moreland to go off, and Kevin Smith, another dangerous player, to come on. He goes to the near side. That's Mike Powers. They dump it again to Tattoo. He's got to be getting tired. Double teamed by Megson and by Jungle. Tattoo goes down, and a foul is called. So Tattoo goes down under the double team of Megson and Jungle. Foul number 3 on Tacoma, 2 on Dallas here in the overtime. Kevin Smith will get the restart, and just like that, Tattoo will go off, and he's going off really laboring, and rightfully so.
You spoke of the fatigue factor, and really Tattoo, we saw on his face there exactly just how tired both these teams are.
Redwanski comes on to replace him, and Doc Lawson has the ball in the restart. Lawson squared to Mike Powers. Inside Powers goes. Jerry Gray hustling after it against Willie Milano. He can't clear it out. Megson gets a toe on it. Down goes Val Tuccia. Down goes Willie Milano. We've got a foul, and they're calling on the medical guys. Maybe no, but Willie Milano is really rolling in pain. As we can take a look at on the TV side, Willie Milano and Big Val Tuccia got tangled up in that one.
Well, there was a scuffle on the boards. The ball bounces out. Willie Milano goes to control it. Maggie kicks it away. And little Milano got a big knee from Val Tuccia right in the side of the head.
Oh, I'll tell you, Val, really, I think it was more of a knee in the stomach. Let's take another chance at this one.
Oh, yeah, he was right in the stomach.
Solar plexus.
Right in the stomach.
Val had that trailing leg out there because he thought as the ball was coming down that Maggie wasn't going to get a chance to knock it away, and the ball may come to his feet. I don't think in any terms was that purposely that Val would go into Milano that hard.
Willie Milano is 5'7", 145 pounds, and Val Tuccia is a Mack truck.
I don't think there was any intent there. Val Tuccia was going for the ball in the case that Megson didn't get a foot on it and accidentally went over the top of Milano, and we hope that Willie's all right and can continue to play in this ball game.
Willie's being attended to down there by the fine training staff, and Gordon Jago wants a drop ball.
Well, it will be a drop ball because anytime that a player is hurt, regardless of who has possession, there will be a drop
It's
ball.
very important where they dropped the ball at, though, where the ball was last under possession or where the incident happened. Here we see it again.
I'll tell you what, Val Tuccia really ran into Willie Milano, and I agree with what Brian said in his assessment. There was no intent there. He's just going for the ball. Right now, we're in overtime, and every possession is so very, very important.
You know, it's always important when you play in overtime. We have to remember this is a 6th game. I mean, it either gives Dallas the right to go back to Tacoma and try to win the MISL championship, or Tacoma can carry the trophy back from Dallas to Tacoma.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're in overtime because of Steve Jungle and Preki. Preki gave a ball to Jungle, and Tacoma on a 6th attack scored the 4th and equalizing goal at 14:20 of the 4th period to force the overtime. Right now here in the extra period, 3 fouls on Tacoma and 2 on the Dallas Sidekicks, and Willie Milano gets a fine hand as he is assisted from the field.
Willie's a tough player. He's been in this game a long time. I expect to see him back, especially situation 4-4 here in overtime.
Willie was a 1983 draft choice of the Los Angeles Lasers out of Foothill Junior College. Then he broke an ankle in his first year, and it was a real sad thing because he was a real comer. He came on to be a very integral part of the Lasers program, but he was traded to Dallas for Marcio Leite prior to the trading deadline this year, this 1986-87 season. You're listening to a simulcast in the Pacific Northwest, live on radio and television. This is Game 6 of the championship.
You speak of that acquisition with Willie Milano. I think it was just as important, the acquisition, or just as good an acquisition with the Stars bringing in Ricky Davis. They've both done a great job for the respective ball clubs.
A steal by Powers, gives the ball to Smith, and he goes to Tattoo. Tattoo's had a rest. Here's a shot by Tattoo, and a save. Carpet follows it up, and he hits the glass, and it goes out of play. And Tattoo just barely got the ball to the hands of Mike Dowler. Dowler stretched out his entire frame.
Tattoo has the ball. He gets around Neil Megson. Maggie's trying to mark him tight. He hammers it. I think Mike Dowler gets a hand, knocks it away. Carpin hits the ball just up off the glass and out of bounds.
So Carpin following that shot by Tattoo up in there is where it really gets sticky. Chances on those rebounds when the goalkeeper has just extended himself completely. Now Dowler with a big outlet for Gary Heel. To the far board side. Single coverage there by McLeod. Now the Stars dump it down, and they one-hop Sobieski. The Stars really, guys, have not had any kind of a chance on Sobieski so far here in the overtime period.
They really haven't had the chances or the amount of chances that the Dallas Sidekicks have had. But at the end of the day, all that matters is who can knock it past the line first and into the back of the net.
Well, these teams have only played 70 games this year, and here in Game 6 of the championship series, they're in overtime. 8:15 to go. A 4-4 tie. Next goal, and it's all over but the shouting for one of these two teams. At least in Dallas's case, for one more game. Look out, here's McLeod. Billy Crook hustling over to pick him up. Near board side, driving down in the corner, wrapping it around. Dowler reads it perfectly and plays the window. Dowler just takes it off the glass, and now he'll look for his distribution. Well,
Tacoma needs to try and slow it up, get something going offensively. So far in the overtime, they really haven't been able to put on any kind of offensive pressure. Dallas is doing a good job marking Tacoma up all over the field.
And this big crowd of 16 plus here in the reunion really helping Dallas work. Their work ethic is incredible. Here's Tattoo's shot. Dowler is on it. He pounces on it and keeps that ball incredibly from going out of his box.
I think the fatigue's definitely a factor for the Tacoma Stars. They're not moving off the ball and getting into positions as well as they normally do.
Little ball targeted out in the center, looking for Jungle, but Dallas wins it again. Uremovich heads it down for Kevin Smith. Here's Kevin Smith now against Preki. The Stars have 3 attacking players on right now and only 2. No, they have 2 attacking players and 3 defenders. Tattoo makes it. Centering from Tattoo. Rebound by Tattoo. He hammers it away. Makes it will go up. Tattoo will win it. Cleared off by Seco. Billy Crook. Billy Crook over now to Tuksha. The Stars will try to clear the zone. Tuksha finally gets it out into center to the near board side to Preki. Preki quickly double teamed there by Powers and Tattoo. Now Preki on a breakaway, but here comes Sobieski out. And he'll knock it in the center. Seco keeps it alive for Preki. Right back to Seco. Seco in center to Val Tuksha. 6:31 and counting. A 4-all tie in overtime. Tattoo almost wins the ball away from Neil Makeson. It's loose for Seco. Seco trying to muscle his way. Opens up Preki. Preki with a little bit of room now. Preki against Milano. And Milano fouls Preki down in the corner.
That's going to be the 3rd foul on the Dallas Sidekicks. Both sides have 3 fouls. We have 6:19 left to go in this game. And we're in overtime.
Oh, this is incredible. Ball played by Jungle on the restart. Seco has it. He squares it to Preki. Preki out on top now. Preki against Powers. One fake. Tries to cut one in, but can't do it as Powers blocks the ball, and the rebound is to Tacoma. They keep it alive. They are now with a legitimate possession in this overtime. Seco and Tuksha. Preki, Jungle, and Makeson. The uniforms are just soaking wet on all these athletes out there. Here's Preki now for Neil Makeson. Makeson inside for Jungle, who heads it down for Neil Makeson. A little wide. Nagy couldn't get it. Willie Milano does for Dallas, but Jungle slashing away, and Willie Milano can't win a tackle. 5:38 to go. A 4-all tie in overtime. My, oh my.
Again, the Stars drop back in the zone. They're just trying to cut out the passing lanes, not trying to let Dallas get the ball in low.
Here's Milano looking for a shot against Makeson. Tattoo is not on right now. Milano has Blasingame, picks up McLeod. McLeod goes behind the red line, then dumps it. Over the top of Moreland comes Ralph Black to head it off to the near board side to Blasingame. Ball loose for Redwanski. He keeps it alive for McLeod. Wesley, the first name, to the doctor. Big Doc Lawson. He would love to have that space, and he gets it with his right foot. Tackled by Seco. Good play by Seco. Good tackle. Seco will clear the zone. Seco cuts it back against Lawson's challenge. Now to Black on the near side.
Good tackle by Seco. He got all ball, and he's showing that those fresh foot legs, he's really helping this club out.
Gary Heel working against, takes a shot. It's inside. Gary follows it up. Blasingame with the ball. We get a whistle inside. A foul is called on Gary Heel with Blasingame having the ball just outside the box on the right side with his right foot right on that ball.
You can see what Gary Heel thought about that. He put his hands up in his head. Here's the foul. It's a 50-50 ball. They both go down, but the referees called the foul on Gary Heel.
Alan Hinton looking on with tremendous anticipation.
Well, I'll tell you, if a foul would have been called the other way in that situation, a foul in the box, it would have been a penalty kick.
And that would have been harder to call, especially in this building.
I guarantee you guys, there isn't a referee that has ever worked these games that would ever have called that one. The 6th game, a chance for a penalty kick for the team that's up 3. Oh, no way.
No, that's not proper.
I'll tell you what, got a better chance of having the Brinks unload their wares on your doorstep. 3-line violation. Steve was unable to save that one. That gives Dallas a ball now at the Tacoma red line. Mike Arimovich looks at Kevin Smith, says slows things down a little bit. He goes left side to McLeod, picked up by Jungle. Jungle is on there now with Ingram and Rick Davis. Waters and Black. Tacoma locked in a dandy with Dallas. Dallas, a 3rd-year franchise. Tacoma, only their 4th year of the MISL. A mistake now could be costly. A little hop into Mike Dowler, and he just pounces on it, collects it on the big hop. His outlet again to Gary Heel. Gary trying to hustle after the ball, but there's always 3 white jerseys around him.
There is a really marking Gary Heel up tight. Gary Heel's excellent with his back for the goal. He's good at posting up and getting the ball to runners, and they'll have none of that. They won't let Gary have any space.
Joey Waters finds a loose ball as Tattoo comes on. Now Tattoo has to be on with Tacoma in possession.
Well, Dallas has done a good job marking up Tacoma here on the defensive end. Tacoma's having problems just right now, like when Mike Dowler gets the ball, getting the outlet and getting anything going. Exactly as we just saw happen as the ball ran long against the boards. Tacoma wasn't able to hold the ball up and go for some offensive pressure.
And we're inside 3 minutes here in the overtime. Tattoo with the ball. Megson has him, as he has throughout the series, but Brecky's quickly there to double team. So Tattoo gives the ball up to Powers. Overtime at the reunion. Game 6, the MISL Championship. Look out, Victor Moreland in a very dangerous position. Now Preki from Megson. Preki's off and running. Moreland on him. Preki with the ball from Megson. He'll have to let it hit the boards. Now he'll use the glass inside. The ball will come out to Jerry Gray. Stars get some floor shape. Ralph Black inside, just barely misses as Sobieski gets a hand on it. Here's Jerry Gray inside. Preki will chase it down in front of Tattoo.
The Stars are opening up good opportunities now. They could have won it on Ralphie's shot.
Inside for Steve. Ralphie will follow it up, but the loose ball comes out to Jerry Gray. He goes right back inside. Moreland cuts it off. Here's Preki with a chance, and he's wide to the far post. Preki found a loose ball in the box and missed wide.
Another good opportunity for Tacoma. Preki got the left pavement, but he couldn't steer it home.
Look out, Tattoo the other way to McLeod inside. Loose ball as Mike Dowler was going to the near post, and the Stars clear the zone. Zico trying to clear it off. He'll wrap it back to Mike Dowler, and Dowler will get a possession. A minute 39 to go here in overtime.
Well, you know, we've been talking all along. Tacoma hasn't had very good offensive pressure, but as we saw there, it only takes one shot, and this ball game is over.
Here comes Gary Heel. Gary Heel around McLeod. Gary Heel against the boards. No support run behind him. Gary Heel says that McLeod was grabbing my jersey, and Sobieski releases it to Milano.
As Gary went by McLeod in the boards, he was wearing Gary's jersey, but no call from the officials.
Willie Milano the other way now after a length of the floor dribble to the near board side, the left wing to Lawson. Preki has him. These players now are playing on strictly innate emotions. Lawson's shot blocked out in front by Zico, and the ball goes upstairs. We've got a timeout called. 59 seconds to go in the first period of overtime. Sudden death at the reunion. Stay with us. We're going to take a pause, and we'll be back with more on the Tacoma Stars radio and television network.
This is the special...
In overtime in the reunion in Dallas, Texas. The Sidekicks with 4. The Stars with 4. Stars won 4 fouls, 3 fouls on Dallas. If there is a Game 7, it'll be Saturday night in the Tacoma Dome. And if you don't think that place will be rocking again, bet me.
There's people in the office right now, in the Stars office. Call 627-8474. Get those tickets ordered. If this goes back to Game 7, it's going to be a classic.
And we have a victory parade, win, lose, draw, or whatever, scheduled for Monday at noon, starting at Fireman's Park. I'll tell you about that in the postgame. Make sure you listen. Also, fan appreciation celebration. We have been busy tonight. I haven't had a chance to really tell you about it, but make sure you stay with us for the postgame show. We'll tell you all about the 2 big events upcoming in the Tacoma, Pierce County, Pugilplex, Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound area. Everybody is going to get a chance to get into this incredible season that Tacoma Stars have enjoyed. Now the restart. Neil Megson will knock it over to the far board side. Billy Crook there is knocked right back down. Val Tuksha heads it down for Rick Davis. Now Ricky Davis with the ball. Looking for Blasingame as the defensive runners are on. Bodies flying all over the place down there. Look out, here comes Tattoo. Megson with a step on Tattoo. Tattoo goes into the corner. Tattoo looking for a shot. He goes to Carpin. The ball rolls harmlessly around inside the penalty area, and Mike Dowler pounces on it there. Just 25 seconds to go as Jungle comes back on, and Ingram has the ball, and Tacoma will go from left to right, looking for a game-winning goal.
They'll get one more opportunity, get it into Jungle, see what he can do.
Jungle with the ball. He's got Yurevich on him, and Yurevich has nothing else to do but foul the Lord of all indoors.
Let's set this up. A free kick just outside the box, about equal to the goal line, to the top of the box. Steve Jungle's on the ball. There's 13 seconds left. They're going to get a good shot here. Neil Megson, possibly a Tookie.
Jungle on the ball, looking inside. He gets nothing there, blocked by Carpin, but the Stars hold it in. That's Val Tuksha with the ball. Again to Godfrey Ingram. Ingram scoreless in this game. Ingram shot blocked inside. Ingram with a rebound. Ingram again in the slot. The Stars are overloaded as time runs out. Overloaded to the right side, and the first overtime period is in the books. What we have now is another 3-minute respite and another 15-minute sudden death overtime period. We want to alert our affiliates downline because we're going to take a pause here at the reunion. A 4-all tie in overtime in game number 6 of the championship. Along our network and listening to it on our radio network, and the fans here in the reunion arena, and there are plenty in here. And matter of fact, 16,000 plus, another sellout here. I think you've all been treated to quite an evening. I know we have here, and we just are delighted that you had a chance to join us. I'm Dick Calvert along with Jim McAllister and Brian Flagiel, and I think we're worn out as well.
Oh, I tell you, this game's just been a great advertisement for the game of indoor soccer. This is MISL soccer. We've talked again about the sellout crowds. If it does come back to Tacoma, hopefully that building will be rocking and sold out. It's just a great advertisement.
I'm looking over at the player bench area right now in this 4-all tie, and I guarantee you there are just handfuls of exhausted athletes wearing blue and wearing white. Both teams have given their all in this game. You can't ask for anything more from these athletes.
Well, you sure can't, and the Stars have set a lot of records this year, and they just broke a record as this is the longest ever playoff game in MISL history.
Well, you might know. Yeah.
It's one that they probably didn't want to break, but it looks like they're going to break it, and if they should win, it would be the longest ever playoff victory in MISL history.
Tony Cherski and Steve Buttle, along with head coach Alan Hinton. The dapper guy in the dark suit is Keith Weller, the assistant coach to Gordon Jago. The fans on their feet here, waving their towels. That's kind of their hallmark here, or their little thing that they do to spur on their sidekicks. The word sidekicks originally came from the fact that this Dallas franchise was owned by the Carters, who owned the Dallas Mavericks. And as a sister team to the Mavericks, they called the Dallas soccer team the Sidekicks. Tacoma being outshot quite a bit by Dallas now as we're into overtime, 46-35, 23 blocks apiece, and that's really been the key. Bodies have been thrown in front of everything, and old Mike Dowler saved it 9 times. Chris Sobieski only half that many. Sobieski's had a few breathers during this series, and certainly he's had a couple tonight. Penalties, there has only been 2 in this entire game. Actually, there have been 3, hasn't there?
Well, you spoke about Donald Carter. There he was on the snare, and John McLeod, the new head coach of the Dallas Maverick team here, is also here in attendance tonight. So a few celebrities here in Dallas, a sold-out house, and what a game they came to see.
Most of the Tacoma Stars owners are here, ready if they can to take that trophy home, but it's going to take a while to get it.
Okay, the goalkeeper's a flip-flop. Dowler's now down on the right. Chris Sobieski on the left, and Tacoma tries to look for a loose ball in center, but Victor Moreland will find it there. A long evening of soccer. This all started well over 2 hours ago. Tattoo with the ball now, double teamed by Megson and Billy Crook. The ball along the near side dashers. Now Tattoo with the ball, looking for his shot. Anytime he has the ball in his possession, he is dangerous. We get a foul called as Tattoo goes down. Billy Crook will receipt for the Tacoma foul.
Any of these free kicks down low by either team's goals are very dangerous. You know how many free kicks or set pieces are scored in this game? Very dangerous situation.
Megson picks up Tattoo, post up deep in the box. Dowler at his near post. The restart from equal distance to the top of the box to the goal line on the near board side at the start of the radius. Moreland there with the ball. He dekes once, gives it back to Doc Lawson, who's way outside on the point. Lawson has no shot there, and he goes to the far board side. This is Milano inside. Mike Dowler sucking it up just like a Hoover vacuum cleaner.
Good positioning again for Mike Dowler. He hugs the near post. The ball comes in. He handles it very well. Good goalkeeping by Mike Dowler.
Now the Stars with a possession. They go to Gary Heel. He'll drop it for Jerry Gray. Jerry Gray off the boards for himself. Sobieski reads it perfectly. He released that ball outside the box. No call there, and Lawson has it the other way. Now Milano up on left wing. Now Milano against Ralph Black. They go inside to Tattoo, but Neil Mason there to intercept. Maggie comes out with a nice bit of passing by the Tacoma Stars. In heavy traffic, one-touch passing.
Good, cool passing by the Stars. They haven't lost their head. They've kept composed. They're just looking for that crack in the Dallas defense to try to get all over Chris Sobieski. Put it behind him in the back of the net.
Will there be a seventh game? Seco with the ball. His shot is upstairs. Not on that one, there won't be.
Seco that time. He's got a powerful shot. We've talked about it a lot. And he just got to his right, got a little bit of space, but unfortunately, as he has for a couple times tonight, he got just a little bit too far underneath the ball. And really, the glass behind the nets here is a lot shorter than they are in Tacoma. Possibly in Tacoma, that would bounce off and come back, but here, it just flies up and into the stands.
Chris Sobieski now will have a goal kick as it's spotted by Herb Silva. The Lord of all indoors taking a respite as Dallas has the ball, cheering his side on. Back to Fab 4, all off the floor. Right now, Billy Crook on with Blassingame. Seco, who has really seen a lot of action here in the overtime period. He's been the fresh legs for Tacoma. Joey Waters and Val Tuksha. The veterans back at the back. Ball to the near side to Mike Uremovich, who is a Dallas veteran. Uremovich to Reddy Redwanski. They go to Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith again out at the top. He'll find McLeod to Smith. He's not afraid to shoot. They got a wide open Uremovich. No one's marking him. Here's a chance for Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith just barely misses, and look out now. Here's a breakaway by the Blazer. Redwanski on him. Blassingame cuts it back and loses the ball to Dallas. Blassingame can fly when he gets that ball and comes flying out with it.
Excellent opportunity for Dallas on their last possession. The ball came off the boards. Kevin Smith hit it well, but just sent it high.
Here's Tattoo the other way now with some space. Billy Crook on him. Tattoo double teamed by Val Tuksha. Gives it up to McLeod. McLeod shot. Down goes Dowler. Val Tuksha will clear the zone. 12:34 to go in the second overtime as Chris Sobieski comes up to play it back in the center. Now Dallas from left to right. Tattoo on with Uremovich. They're looking inside to Carpin. Back out on the line. They go to Victor Moreland. He'll chip it inside to Carpin. Carpin turns, shoots. Blocked by Dowler. Carpin got off a dandy shot. And then Carpin takes down Val Tuksha for a foul.
Excellent turn by Mark Carpin in the box. He turned around, hit it first time with the left on the volley. Mike did very well. We're going to see it here. The ball comes in. Carpin has it. He spins on Tukey, takes a shot. Mike Dowler gets a hand to it and out of the way.
Boy, Dowler couldn't have positioned himself any better.
That's exactly right. Perfect position. As he saw that Carpin was going to turn to his left, he immediately went to that post, was able to just get a little bit of hand on it. How quickly Carpin can turn out also, and really I think Val Tuksha with some good pressure was able to push him out just a little bit, and there you see the foul called as Carpin trying to get the ball back away from Val Tuksha.
This game now in its second overtime period is still tied at 4-4. Obviously it is now 3 hours old.
I tell you what, the tie's gone off finally, Dick. I cannot wear this tie any longer.
Okay, Mike Dowler with the ball, and he's got pressure from two Tacoma players, but he finds Gary Heel in center. Gary with nice tight control for Joey Waters. Joey chipping, but he'll three-line violate. Now that'll give Tacoma, actually give Dallas a ball at the Tacoma red line, but I was just thinking, give Tacoma now a chance to regroup and get back behind their red line because they'll have to go on defense. Victor Moreland supported by Mike Powers on the left, Doc Lawson on the right. Tattoo's on with Willie Milano. Tattoo with the ball. Outside they go to Doc Lawson. He has one goal in this game already. He scored the opener of this contest way back when. Lawson with the ball over the red line. They get floor shape as Victor Moreland looking for a seam. Again to Lawson. Heel has him inside to Tattoo. The ball plays loosely off a Tattoo, but the skillful Brazilian controls it. To Milano and right back out again over the red line into the neutral third of the field to Victor Moreland. Again, Tattoo finds some space, and they find Tattoo in the corner. Tattoo against Neil Mason, taken down. We get a whistle, I think. Yep, play has been stopped. The foul will be called.
Tattoo spun through two Tacoma Star players. Ball got little out in front of him, and he went down. This is another dangerous free kick the Stars have to defend against.
From the right wing side, equal distance to the top of the box to the goal line. Taken, deflected up in the air. Joey Waters chasing after it, and they're going to let him have the ball. Joey's hustle wins the ball in center. He'll let Victor Moreland fly by him. Now Joey squared at the red line to the near board side to Gary Heel. Stars going from right to left. Gary Heel with the ball to Preki. Preki on Victor Moreland. Here's Preki. Cuts back in the corner. Preki back the other way. Preki shot blocked by Willie Milano. Preki doing everything he can to open up a seam. Now Seco with the ball. Can't win it. Look out. A 2-on-2 breakaway. But Ralph Black saves it for Preki. Preki again. Preki outside. Hammers it away. Nothing there as Moreland blocks it. Ralph Black with the ball on the ricochet. Billy Crook comes on to support.
Now Dallas is dropping behind their red line, trying to zone, keeping the ball out of the low post. Preki's got a chance here.
Preki with the ball. Around Redwanski. Shoots. Saved. Followed up by Gary Heel. Sobieski makes a big save. Here's Milano around Preki. Ralph Black tracking him. Ball over to Eddie Redwanski as Milano goes forward. Look out. Here comes Redwanski. Shoots. And Dowler makes the save and puts a rebound. Preki on the rebound is wide open on the near board side. Harpin wants to get on. Looking for somebody to come off. Preki with the ball in center now, working it around. Dumps it for Jungle. Jungle trying to spin around. Jungle shoots. Rebounded Ricky Davis. Ricky Davis is shot off the glass and volleyed up into center by Mike Powers.
The Tacoma Stars are starting to come more and more into this game with more and more chances here to win this championship.
Here's Ralph Black again to Jungle. He's taken down. Joey Waters with a shot. Rick Davis with a chance. The ball and Jungle laying on the ground with Powers on him. Rick Davis missing a chance. Now a 3-on-2 breakaway. Look out for Carpin. Carpin loaded it up. Carpin cuts it in. Carpin scores! Tacoma Dome.
Carpin did very well. He got down in the corner, faked the left-footed shot, pulled it inside. Not a lot Mike Dowler could do. Slotted in the back of the net. Saturday night, 7:30 into the Tacoma Dome. It's going to decide this thing. Be there.
So often happens when a team comes down and puts every offensive effort on one end of the floor. A counterattack burns them on the other end of the floor.
And that's right. Steve Jungle had a couple of good opportunities. He thought he was fouled in the box. Nothing was called. And Dallas, as they have done all night long, just pushed it straight on up the field. And now, as you can see, they're celebrating because it's going back to the Tacoma Dome for game number 7.
Tears in the eyes of the supporters here in the reunion. Mark Carpin, the man of the hour. Mike Yurimovich, Victor Moreland, Perry Vanderbeck, Tattoo, and all the rest of the Dallas Sidekicks celebrate. In the middle of the field, the Tacoma Stars have left their bench area. They know that they have now faced a 7th and deciding game. But that game will be in the Tacoma Dome on Saturday night. It's all over here in the Reunion Arena. 5-4 in double overtime. The longest playoff game in the history of the MISL ends on Mark Carpin's game-winning goal. Thanks for joining us. On the radio side, we invite you to stay with us for our post-game show. We're going to be back with more on the Tacoma Stars radio and television network.
No other store in the area has the enormous selection of quality manufacturing.
$40 million fun-crazed Americans. But there are only a few of these for all of those. This one's mine.
When the defenseman dove in, I cut it back, and I had all the time in the world to pick my spot. What tremendous composure you showed. You looked like you faked the shot with your left foot, pulled it onto your right, and hammered it past Dowler. Dowler played a great game. What a great game by both teams. Tell me what you think now. Back to Tacoma. Well, if we don't have the momentum now, we'll never have it. And, you know, we showed them that if they match us player for player, we're going to win out in the end because this game was dead even, and it took 6 quarters to find a winner. thought you did dominate the game in the overtime, but you know, it seemed like you just couldn't get that goal. Then you had 2 or 3 good blocks by the defense to prevent them from winning the game. You broke away and scored it. Couldn't be happier for you, Mark. What a tremendous goal. What a tremendous game. Back to you, Noam.
Thank you, Michael Renshaw. A very, very happy Mark Carpin. As you can see, some of the other sidekicks shirtless. The official scoring on the game, Mike Uremovich gets this on Mark Carpin's overtime goal. 19 minutes and 20 seconds deep in the overtime. Whoa, let's give you a minute and us a minute to catch our breath. We'll be back to continue our post-game wrap-up.
You're watching KTZZ Stereo TV 22, Seattle.
The celebration on the floor of Reunion Arena continues. The Sidekicks have played their last home game. There's one left. It's in Tacoma Saturday night. That's part owner Jan Rogers. The championship game, Game 7, fittingly comes down to one game, winner-take-all, sold-out Tacoma. Here's your final play. Uremovich breaks out with a fine, long softball left wing. Watch the left foot deke by Carpin. Takes Black totally out of the picture. Pick near corner. Dowler barely misses with the foot in the hand. And the celebration begins. You know, Mike, as fatigued as you are, there's always enough energy left to celebrate, isn't there?
There certainly is, and Carpin certainly deserves the celebration he's getting there from his teammates. You know, he'd made a couple of mistakes early, missed a couple of easy chances, as we recall, but he showed tremendous composure there because he faked the left-footed shot. Black had to commit to try and block what he thought was the shot. He cut inside Black. Now he had Dowler back on his heels, rifled it with the right foot underneath him. What a way to win the game. You know, the Sidekicks didn't want to lose a championship in front of their home fans.
Well, Tacoma has not lost at home this year in this series. 3 wins. Let's take a short break. We're right back with you. Mike, I hesitate to figure who has the advantage on Saturday night. Obviously, the momentum advantage is Dallas's, but we were in Tacoma for Game 5. 20,000 screaming people's a big advantage also.
Well, it is, but it's a final game, you know, championship series. Anything can happen. I'll guarantee you one thing, the Sidekicks are going to give a great effort in Tacoma.
Mike, the Sidekicks did tonight what way back in our pregame you mentioned they had to do. No cheap fouls. They never got to a 6th foul in a quarter in 6 periods of soccer. They had only 1 power play for the Tacoma Stars, and Dallas scored on that.
Well, that's right. They were the keys for victory, to victory for the Sidekicks tonight. They had to do those things. They did them. They won the game.
We really hope you enjoyed Game 6 of this series. Game 7 live Saturday night, 7:30 Pacific Coast time, 9:30 Central Time. Don Carter, the former owner, hugs his former coach and general manager, Gordon Jago. For all of us who brought you this Game 6, we hope you enjoyed it. Now, as we go out, some highlights of past games in the series. I see the names of all the fine people who made this telecast possible tonight on HSE Prime Ticket. Good evening from Dallas.
Upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request too extreme. When you wish upon a star, let like dreamers do. Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and pulls you through, and you wish upon a star. Your dream comes true. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and pulls you through. You wish upon a star. Your dreams come true.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by Bud Light, the light beer with the first name in taste. Everything else just a light. By Seattle Lighting, with 7 beautiful showrooms throughout the Northwest. By your Puget Sound Volkswagen dealers. Test drive a Jetta, America's best-selling European nameplate. And by Al Meyer Building Centers in Tacoma, Puyallup, Graham, Gig Harbor, and Federal Way.